So you're a German academic,
Yeah.
and you work in the field of graphic design for words and images. Or could you tell me a bit more about that?
Yeah, graphic design is a profession.
Yeah.
I mean, in where I was grown up as a profession. And at the university, there is more about the relation between words and images on one hand, and is it possible to communicate without words?
Okay.
Question.
And what sort of answers have you come up with?
Yeah, as I had this project with this non-word issues, where we talk about the learning a language without by images. We, I think, we came to the conclusion it's possible, and it's really necessary to have a visual impact on that, because all these images where the publishers use today are not very helpful for learning a language.
Okay, so can you tell me the kind of images that are useful for learning?
Yeah, we sorted out. It is first of all, you have to have consistent style of painting. Never, it's not necessary. Yeah, you have to think about the kind of level of abstraction.
Yeah.
And you have to think about the yeah, they are all aesthetics, aesthetic criteria.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
And yeah, and this is the first one, this consistent style. The second one is the level of abstraction. What do you want? How old are your people? Which kind of pre-knowledge do they bring with? And the third is to have complex situations of images where you can make clear what is the frame as is a term which stands over the other, which is a bullet point, which what is the structure of the word.
Okay, so it's not just using images; it's structuring that in a systematic way. Yeah,
that's a big issue we like to deal with. Could you visualize a sentence structure, for example, or the nouns are not a problem, verbs are also not a problem, prepositions,
adjectives, adverbs,
adverbs, so this kind of stuff, and yeah.
And you can visualize this. You can use images to present adverbs and prepositions.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you have to think about very carefully in every, because to make also the language, the visual language, also consistent as your kind of method where you're going through.
Yeah.
So that it is has a logical impact on them.
Could you give an example of what you mean by using images to teach verbs or prepositions?
Okay, yeah. We had some examples. For example, the expression winter as a kind of season where how would you express it visually? And all what we could find is there's a Christmas tree, there's a Santa Claus, there's some skating on ice or whatever, but in no image you find snow or something what has to do with the landscape, or something which has to do with this kind of coldness despite the skating.
So you want to represent winter visually but consistently.
Yeah, if you want to visualize winter, you have to have in mind that there's a summer, a spring, and autumn, and this is the level where winter has its function, and not the level. And then you can, these fours are seasons, and under the winter you can say, okay, maybe there's a nice there is something frozen there.
So you could have this wintry scene, and in the wintry scene put other images. Excellent. And that would be a complex scene that would describe winter, because when we when we see the word winter, we imagine a scene anyway, I guess.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what the people do, and all these Germanists working in this publishing area, looking for pictures and images through the internet, which is a horror of disaster, an amount of pictures. The thing is, what I want to say is, if you have to describe very precisely what you mean, also in visuals.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to go to distract the people.
Yeah.
So it
Distract the people. Yeah.
yeah, especially not the young children or the people who are learning a new language. And if you are not able to describe something precisely, if you use something like associations or connotations like Christmas or so, you will failing on a whole line.
So you have to be focused.
Yeah, and be precise. I mean, if you think about a word, how to visualize this, you have to deal with the whole context of the word, not only with this expression. And if you put a Christmas tree or something else, which into this image, this is only a connotation or an association your culture has deal with, and not something which is precisely related to the expression winter. It's not, because in other cultures winter is something else, or they have no winter.
They have no winter.
Or no snow. I mean, that's it.
Thank you very much.